I know I'm very late to the TV backlight game, but I was always just skeptical if this would be a feature that would actually add to the overall immersive experience of watching movies, listening to music, and playing video games, or if it would simply be a gimmick that was cool at first but something I couldn't see myself using long term. In this video, I'll unbox, walk you through the setup, test out the features, and give my overall thoughts and impressions of the LiteMe Neo 2.0 Syncbox light kit. After opening things up, the first layer has the user manual, 4 corner pieces, 6 straight connectors, and the Syncbox. Now the Syncbox is where all the magic happens. The first HDMI on the left is where you connect the unit to your TV. The port right next to it is where I'll be plugging in my NVIDIA Shield, but also where you would attach whatever you're wanting to use, whether that be an Xbox, PlayStation, Apple TV, Switch, Chromecast, or anything else. The next 2 USB ports are for the LED light strips, and finally on the right is your power. Underneath the first layer you'll find an included HDMI cable, a 12-volt 4 amp power unit, and 2 separate rolls of LED lights. Now I was very curious as to what type of LEDs were going to be used. The lights are encased in this round silicone housing that has a slight cloudiness to them. The individual pixels and strips are definitely a lot bigger than what I've ever seen, and they have cut points at every 3 LEDs in case you need to trim these down to fit your specific TV. So now it's time to install this, and for reference I have a 65-inch TV. I'm going to put all the connector pieces down first, and then I'll start installing the LED strips. Now my TV has these slightly rounded edges, and by moving things in a little bit I felt like I had a better surface area for the connectors to stick and hold strong. So depending on the setup of your room and where your power is, you're either going to start the LED strips at the bottom right or bottom left corner. For me, the bottom left is going to work out best. One strip is going to go up and then across the top, while the other strip is going to go across the bottom and then up the right side. The user manual is very helpful and easy to follow. Here it's showing that the LED strip running along the bottom of my TV would go into the right USB plug, and the LED strip running at the top would be inserted into the left one. Now this is where you have to figure out where to put the Syncbox in relation to the HDMI on your TV as well as your input device. I think I'm going to first try using some 3M Velcro tape and mounting the box and my shield to the back of the TV and see how that works. So I ended up having trouble getting the lights connected using the LiteMe app. For whatever reason, it was not wanting to connect to my network even though I only had the 2.4 GHz enabled. After a few quick Google searches, it was recommended that I try using the Tuya Smart app. This method worked flawlessly and I was up and running within minutes. Once the app is installed, open it up and click sign up. Once you're registered and logged in, you'll get to a screen that looks like this. At this point, you should have everything connected and can finally plug in the Syncbox, which will automatically put it in pairing mode. From here, click on the plus button near the top right and select Add Device. Once you clear the info cards, the app should have already recognized a new device and you can now click the orange Add button. Now put in your Wi-Fi password and click Next. Once it connects, you can give it a unique name and click Done when finished. It's now going to have you complete the lamp settings, which is basically just confirming what side of the TV you put the beginning of the LED strips on. From here, just make sure the colors match and click Done. So the first thing I'll go over is the music react mode. You have 3 different options: Spectrum, Electronic, and Listen. Each one is slightly different, and even though I don't see myself using this very often, it was still pretty cool. The animations were perfectly in sync with the beat, and if you're at the stage of life where you're having house parties, you could very well love this feature. Next, I'll go over the scenes. There are 12 different options you can choose from. I'll go over each one so you can see, and as a side note, for some of the scenes, you're able to go into the Color tab and further customize the animations. And now for what I would consider the main event, which is the screen matching. Once you have it selected, whatever color is appearing at the edges of the display will be mirrored as closely as possible by the LED lights installed behind. So you have 3 levels of sensitivities you can choose from, and you'll have to play around with each because in the end it will be a personal preference as to what you like best. I ended up using the weak option the most as I felt the transitions from one color to the next was a little bit smoother than the normal and high settings. Now from here, I'll just go through a bunch of different videos so you can get an idea of what to expect. As for my overall thoughts, I've had this now for about 3 weeks and there's no possible way I could go back. I'm 100% sold on this product and I still can't believe how easy it was to add such a dynamic lighting element to my living room. Please let me know if you have any questions at all, as I do try to respond to every comment, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the video.